Hello, thank you for listening. This is the near-death experience of Holly. Holly's experience occurred on March 5th of 2017 and was documented on September 10th of 2018, open quote. After separating from my husband and experiencing a reoccurrence of my painful, undiagnosed illness, I fell into a deep depression. I took a fatal amount of my medication, and within half an hour I was gone. I slipped in and out of consciousness and was no longer in pain. In fact, I felt a sense of relief. I was pulled from my body, not swiftly, but rather slowly, and entered what can be best described as cold, heavy darkness. I was drifting there in this indefinable place for an unknown length of time, aware that I was somewhere else, no longer bound to my body. There was no fear, but a sense of calm. The darkness felt like a pervading weight holding me there, and I wondered if this was where I was meant to stay, and began to feel restless, as though I didn't intend to linger. This was not where I belonged. Then a flood of light enveloped me, and I had the sense of being pulled up and transitioning somewhere else. It was very bright, and I entered a field. Vivid green grass and blue sky, all of it rendered with such ethereal brightness, yet it was the feeling while there that is indescribable. Pure love, contentment, and complete acceptance. This was home. I wanted to stay. I was at peace, but for whatever reason, I was sent back. It was not my time. I descended to the limited perspective of my body and overheard all that happened when I was found clinically dead, cold, and not breathing. When I was resuscitated, I recall a profound sense of loss. It took days before I felt like I'd completely returned and adjusted to what feels like another life. I can't articulate how I am now compared to how I was before I died. While I still experience bouts of depression due to witnessing such suffering that happens in this world, I recall the love I felt, and I have no fear or anxiety. The unknown illness I had for 6 years also completely disappeared. A miracle, much like my return, as I had no side effects or organ damage despite the large amount of medication I took. End quote. Wow, Holly. Talk about a great ending there and a change in life, it sounds like, for sure. Congratulations. And I'm glad you're back there and we're able to tell this story. There are some questions here. Describing your consciousness. Answer. I felt as if I were experiencing a multitude of emotions and thoughts that became too vast to take in. Where were you at your highest level of consciousness? Answer. While I was in the field and after I left it. Question. Comparing your vision. Within the field, everything was sharper and perceived in a very altered and expansive way. It was beyond my limited perspective and very dreamlike. Comparing your hearing, everything I overheard from when I was found to when I was resuscitated in the hospital seemed detached and distant. Cannot recall a tunnel. Did sense the presence of beings. Uncertain. I think there were 2 beings with me, my granddad and a beloved pet. It's still very vague. Question, did you see an unearthly light? Answer, yes, very bright and beautiful. I felt safe within it. Question, did you seem to enter some other unearthly world? Answer, a heavenly field, very bright and warm. Question, what emotions did you feel during the experience? Answer, love. Not that any words feel like enough to describe it. It was heavenly. Awesome. Question, did you suddenly seem to understand everything? Answer, I understood myself very deeply, but it's hard to explain. I learned much more than I can remember now. Question, did you come to a border, point of no return? Came to a barrier. Question, what was your religion prior to your experience? Answer, unaffiliated atheist. Question, have your religious practices changed since your experience? Answer, yes. I have a strong spiritual belief, and I know I'm not confined to a physical body. There is much more beyond what we perceive. Question, what is your religion now? Answer, other faiths, New Age. Question, did your experience include features consistent with your earthly beliefs? No. I never believed in an afterlife or religion of any kind, so the experience that was incomprehensible. Did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer, yes, I fully believe we exist after death, and there is a greater being / God. We are all souls inhabiting a physical body. Question, did you seem to encounter a mystical being or presence or hear an unidentifiable voice? Answer, there was something indefinable there. I have trouble recalling it, but maybe I'm not meant to. I sense the presence. I sense their presence, is what she says. During your experience, did you gain information or special knowledge about your purpose? Answer, uncertain. I know there's much more than I can comprehend, but maybe I'm not meant to remember. Did you gain information about the meaning of life? Answer, uncertain. I had a strong feeling I was returning for a reason, but I don't know what it is. We hear that before, right? Question, during your experience, did you gain information about an afterlife? Answer, yes, an afterlife, without a doubt, exists. Did you gain information about life's difficulties, challenges, and hardships? Answer, yes. I did have the sense I would no longer suffer physically upon returning and that everything would be okay. That's very interesting. Did you gain information about love? Answer, yes, to live with love. I remember that very strongly. Live with love. I like that. Question, what life changes occurred in your life after your experience? Answer, large changes. I experienced a sense of peace I never had before. I feel a very strong love that can be overwhelming at times, and I'm much more sensitive. I don't fear death, but am concerned about leaving those I love behind. Question, have your relationships changed specifically because of your experience? Answer, yes. I became closer to some of my family and drifted away from others. I no longer talk to my ex-husband. Question, was the experience difficult to express in words? Answer, yes, I can explain what happened. But as far as describing the feelings, it's difficult. Question, how accurately do you remember the experience? Very accurately. More accurately than other life events that happened around the same time. Question, do you have psychic, non-ordinary, or other special gifts after your experience that you did not have before? Answer, yes. I can sense certain people and know dates / times I'll hear from them. Because of this, I also don't open up to many people. Question, have you ever shared this experience with others? Answer, yes. The day after it happened, I shared some details with a few family members, but they seemed reluctant to believe it. A month later, I told my lover, and he was accepting and intrigued by it. I haven't told anyone else, as they'll probably freak out about it. Don't freak out there. Question, what did you believe about the reality of your experience shortly after it happened? Shortly after it happened, I felt very disassociated from being back and felt a huge sense of loss. I never doubted that it wasn't real. It was far too complex and vivid not to be. And what do you believe about the reality of your experience now? Experience was definitely real. It happened, and it was amazing. Yet I know I will return there when it's time to. Recalling it brings peace and love when I need it. End quote. End questions. Awesome. That's very good to hear, Holly. I'm glad that things turned around for you and that you take this experience. It seems like you've run with it, taking it for all it's supposed to be, too. And hopefully we can do the same. Thank you out there for listening. Hope you have a great day.